Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. In our video studio today, we wanted to tell you about the TightSpot Air Lock 4-arrow quiver. So we have a super light quiver here from the folks at TightSpot, which is why they call it the Air Lock, because this thing weighs almost nothing. But what you're looking at here, you got a plastic hood, rubber arrow keepers, and a carbon rod here. And now this carbon rod, you can see I've got these two screws right here. So I can adjust this up or down to get this hood to sit where I want it on my bow. You know, if I want it all the way up, if I got a short axle to axle bow. Anyway, I can just adjust the mounting position for this quiver by loosening those bolts. And you'll notice that the rod here is kind of octagonal shaped. So a lot of times these are round and they can easily spin out of position. Even when you've got the bolts tightened down, you wrench on them hard enough, you can spin them. Well, that octagonal shape of the rod is to keep it in position, so that can't happen. So, but the mounting feature, so this is going to be your mounting bracket. And so let's say I have a right-handed bow. It's going to sit like this on my bow as I hold it in my hand. And then my connection is going to be right here like this with this big lever here. That thing is nice. Once you lock that down, this thing is really locked into place. The nice thing about these TightSpot quivers is you can see where this is mounting in the traditional mounting spots on my bow. It's either going to be mounted directly to the sight or directly to the bow, depending on your setup. And then it's going to push the quiver backwards, back towards me, the archer. So that's going to get this more over the cams than forward on the bow. It just makes the balancing nicer when you can shift this quiver back towards you if you shoot with it on. It makes it nicer for balance. If you don't, if you're like me and you hang it in your tree stand, you get up in the stand, you got that nice quiet lever, pop that quiver off, and now I can hang it in my tree stand. Speaking of which, you do have this hook here to hang it up. And the reason they came up with this hook is, obviously I can put this on a tree hook in my tree if I'm hunting from a tree stand. But they designed this to where you could clip it to your backpack. If you're out in the back country, you can pop the quiver off and just connect it. Just made it, this connection right here, kind of made it more universal to you to be able to connect it to different things, is why they came up with that clip. But it is a 4-arrow quiver, as we mentioned. You can see my slots here. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. And 4, that one's going to be facing forward. So if I do have a full arrow quiver and I'm out in the woods, and I need to take a quick shot, I can just pull back, remove the arrow, and knock it, and I'm ready to go. Each one of these does include, you can see right here, this screw. This is their wedge lock. So if you can see this, the rubber seat in here, if I drive that wedge lock in, that's going to allow you to account for different diameters arrows. So I have a 1/66 diameter here. This is one of the skinniest, if not the skinniest hunting arrow that you're going to use. I can drive that wedge lock in to hold this just as securely as if I had the 2/46 diameter arrows. So sometimes quivers are optimized more for one than the other, and so if you switch to different diameter arrows, they may be a little loose or a little bit tight. With the wedge lock, you can account for that. It also has here, if you can see, there are 2 different arrow seats. I can push the arrow all the way in and it's super secure, or I can keep one or all of them on this outer edge, and they call that the quick shot. So you can see how the arrow is sitting in there. I can just get that out a lot faster. Pops right out if I need a fast second shot. So this quiver is ambidextrous. It is positioned right now for a right-handed shooter. That would be on a right-handed bow. Just by taking this off and flipping it over, I could get it on as a left-handed bow. Obviously the quiver would be facing backwards. Just flip that upside down and now you can use it as a left-handed quiver. So there is one for either right or left-handed. All right, so that is the TightSpot Air Lock 4-arrow quiver. If you want to see this quiver on our website, there are a bunch of different colors. I just have black here. There's lots of camo options as well. Click the link in the description below. It'll show you all those different options. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.